3, 2, 1, end of test. Keying with a go.
Well, hello there, and welcome to another edition of Warbird Wednesday. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum, and today we're tying up attack helicopters with what does the future look like? My ultra-cryptarian assistant, Jason, any ideas, thoughts, ideas? I have one thought, and I'm going to throw something in the old pebble in the pond out there. You can argue with me, but I do think some things have changed, and because of those things, I think we've got some challenges on the horizon for rotary wing aircraft, but I do think that there's a direction they're headed that probably will mean they'll survive what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and get my hat off here. This one that's pretty involved. I'm going to toss it off camera. The Jason there, I got my ears lowered as well. So today we're talking about the V-280, the Valor, the made by Bell Aircraft. This is an Osprey, which, by the way, this thing, I could get like a workout from this. Thank you, Jason. It weighs a ton, but we're going to use it because what we're talking about is a tilt rotor aircraft. And I'll throw up a plan view. Greg can throw up a plan view of the V-280. Now, the V-280, you're saying, Fred, why did you choose this? Quite simply, I think what's going to end up happening, and I think we saw it with the Army stepping away from its armed helicopter, its advanced helicopter concept. I think drones, because of what's happened in Ukraine and these swarm attacks and the low cost of the drones, I think, and I've talked about this before, I think we are headed to a period where there will not be very many, there will always be a place for rotary wing aircraft with manned, with pilots, that they have to move things, you've got to move troops, you've got to do this. But attack helicopters are a risky business. And if you go back and look, this is another piece of this. If you go back and look at the Battle of Hostomel in Ukraine, which was right at the beginning of the start of the war with the Russians attacked with Ka-50s, 52s, and the Mi-28s. They took a beating, and ultimately the assault wave that came in, this armed helicopter assault wave, was just decimated. First of all, they put light infantry in there too long. We're not a military channel, but you cannot leave light infantry in against an opposing force that's going to just be reinforced. Go back all the way to World War II and a bridge too far, but they put light infantry in there, and the attack helicopters that were coming in to provide air support, and these are, the Ka-50s and 52s are fairly advanced, Mi-28 fairly advanced, they got shot to pieces to the point where they eventually had to pull back. And you can argue with me, but I think you couple that with running into very, very strong MANPAD and AAA defenses, coupled with what the Ukrainians have been doing to massed Russian troops with drones, and I think the end of the attack helicopter in its classic sense, we can see the end of the horizon. Now, the V-280, the thing about it is what, Jason? It is very, very fast, 320 miles an hour. You cannot have something going too fast down low that is a, let's say, a piloted drone. Why? Well, you can't react. It's too low. It's not like you're flying an armed reconnaissance drone or a Reaper that's up high and you don't have to worry about running into anything. Down low, you've got to have fairly good control. A tilt rotor is the future, which is what that V-280 is, the Valor. I think there'll be a place for these heavily armed version of this aircraft. It first flew, it's still in prototype stage. It first flew in 2017, And in 1222, it was selected as the future long-range assault aircraft for the United States Army. Now, the idea behind that is it would replace, Jason, the UH-60, the Black Hawk, but I could see where there would be an armed unit of this that would actually carry more firepower, because again, if you're going to use assault helicopters, you do have to do something to keep the enemy's head down. Now, with that, man, this thing weighs an absolute ton. I'm going to go ahead and set it down over there, but it is my salute today, and that is to these tilt rotor operators that operate these Ospreys. I have been in an Osprey. Let me just put it this way. You got to have nerves of steel to fly one of these things. They don't have ejection seats, unless you correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't believe they do. You're flying down low. You're going very fast. This is still very, very early technology. So you're almost back to, we were talking about early on the H-34s, the early Sikorsky, and these military helicopters that were pressed into service, and they had a lot of combat losses because they were learning, and they had a lot of mechanical problems with the aircraft as well. The Ospreys have not been any different than that. The V-22, the Osprey, fits that bill to a T. Lots of technical challenge. You're getting on-the-job training. The designers are learning how to operate the aircraft. The air crews are learning how to be effective. But down low, this is the future. And down low, these things are incredibly fast, and they increase their liability. So to the V-22 crews, I really want to tip my hat today. Good on you. Not only are you becoming excellent operators, but what you're doing is you are really adding to the knowledge of follow-on aircraft like this V-280, the Valor. So with that, I'm going to salute you, and I'm going to do it today with saying you have something, Jason. In the old days, you had Moxie, right? Yeah, there you go. Jason's looking really excited about that. Since 1884. That's kind of interesting. 100 calories. This one looks, it has a California cash refund, but this, I don't see a sell-by date. We will see. We salute these V-22 crews. All right, we're going to get that off. Oh, there's a little bit of a fizz. So to the V-22 crews and all those folks that are doing cutting-edge work, these tilt rotor aircraft, I salute you. That's the Fred no likey face. I don't know whether it's gone or I just don't like it, but I wouldn't drink this. I'm not. It has a. That was, by the way, that was a not good sound. Well, to the V-22 crews and the tilt rotor crews, God bless you. Thank you so much, and we salute you. Now, this aircraft is this V-280 is a partnership between Bell and Lockheed. Good on you, Lockheed. We always like to see Lockheed in there somewhere. That happened in 2013. There were 3 teams: AVX, Karam, and Sikorsky Boeing. Bell kind of won out on that. In 2014, they were actually selected as the primary on this, and Bell has publicly stated that there's another program they're working on called the AW609, which is the Leonardo helicopter, which is more tilt rotor, which is more of a civilian version or civilian aircraft. Bell sold its position in that, but continues to work on the V-280, and my understanding is that, Jason, this is going to blow your mind, Bell thinks the market on this is between 2,000 to 4,000 units. So that's pretty amazing. The Leonardo That AW609 is also being developed, but they think that is going to be more for civilian use. So this type of technology it's going to be there. It's only a matter of time with these tilt rotor aircraft. So you say, well, how much are these going to cost? Well, the cost estimates on these are about the cost of an AH-64E or a MH-60M. So in dollars, they're about what the services are spending now, which may be optimistic because I've never seen one of these programs follow in on something else that the military is always building and stay on budget. But for the future, I think this is what the future is going to be, what's left of attack helicopters in some version. So I think there'll be what you call a slick version of this to move troops, and I think there'll be either an armed utility reconnaissance or an actual attack version of the aircraft. Now, if you want to amaze your friends, look at this. I might actually take this home and play with it. Jason, this is kind of fun. This is a mix or match micro aircraft. There are 8 aircraft included. That's kind of exciting. 3 and up for this. I fit into the right range, but this is really cool. They've got one right in the front. So if you've got a kid and you're trying to foster some excitement, now I will say little parts. So you got to be careful about little parts. But if you got a kid and you want to get them excited about aircraft, they can mix and match all this stuff. Go out to the link. There's plenty of them on the back. You can kind of see what's there. And I think this is fun. Jason will manufacture these and run down to the store. But he won't really manufacture them, will you, Jason? No, you'll just mail them. Now, if you came across us on YouTube and you like what I say, low production, one take Warbird videos, we're your folks. Go ahead and give us a subscription. We love that. Remember, if you came across us on YouTube, you can also download those education links for our educational books, and you can teach the kids at home. You can either print them out or use them online, and we encourage you to do that. Teach the kiddos if you're homeschooling them. Same thing with Facebook. We absolutely love comments, but give us a like and a subscription. I'm standing here in the Pacific hangar. None of this happens without funding, and we can always use your donations. So click on the donation link, send us some pesos, some shekels, some dinero, some lira, some bucks. We can certainly appreciate that. My name is Fred Bell. I am the Vice Chairman of the Palm Springs Air Museum. Thanks so much. Have a great day.
3, 2, 1, end of test. King with a go.